you thought about suicide?
I ain't think about it. I did it.
Did you?
Full blown. Jumped off the balcony.
Did you break anything?
So I had me and my dad got into it. We got into it real bad. After the conversation.
Do you remember what the argument was about?
Okay, I'll give you something that I ain't gave nobody. Come on, Shannon. If we gonna get deep, we gonna get deep. Dad, I love you. Me and my dad are best friends now, and this is in the past. But we had gotten to it because he told me that I couldn't go somewhere. And I said, F you. Who you telling me I ain't going?
Whoa.
Shannon.
That was your exact words?
Shannon, F you. What are you talking about? I'm
How you
going
gonna
outside.
tell this story now?
Shannon, he gonna kill me. Me and my dad are best friends now. My dad is right now in Texas with my daughters.
Okay.
But yeah, I full blown got a little.
You feeling good?
My courage up.
Okay.
I would like to say this is my senior year of high school. I was in a very deep, dark depression to a place where like nothing mattered anymore. So I just was like, whatever about to happen is gonna happen. So I full blown was cussing him out. He was like, let's go in the backyard.
No, okay.
You went in the backyard.
You want the smoke, huh?
We got into it, did whatever we was about to do. He got in the car, left, went with his friends, and he told me that his friends was like, he gotta go. Like, he can't live in your house and treat you like that, speak to you like that. Like, you gotta go home and get him out of there, basically. So he came back home maybe at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. He had something in his hand. I ain't gonna say what he had in his hand. He had something in his hand, sat on the edge of my bed, and he was like, if you move, something about to happen. I remember sitting up, and that's when he told me, like, we ain't gotta have no relationship. We gotta have you don't ever talk to me like that. You don't ever treat me like that, and we won't have no problems. But that happened again, it's over with. You can read between the lines. So that put me into a place of like, if you gonna do it, I'm gonna do it before you do it.
Right.
So I walked outside. I grabbed a bunch of ties. I had like a collection. Well, he had a collection of ties. I grabbed maybe like 10 ties. I tied them together. He had like this makeshift garage. So the garage, and then it was like a awning that he had built, like a shed almost. Because it snows a lot in Michigan. So to be able to sit outside during the winter, he had made like a little makeshift, maybe like 10 feet off the ground. I took the ties, put it on top of the balcony, tied it up, tied it around my neck, stood on top of the cooler, pushed the cooler under my feet, started dangling in the air. I'm in the air for maybe like what felt like 10 seconds. I'm at the point where like you start trying to regress, but it's too late. So I'm like trying to grab the ties, I'm trying to pull myself up. My dad sees me. This is why I take my hat off to him. After everything we just went through, out of all of the conversations he just had of me not being his son no more, and we just, he got to take care of me till I'm 18 kind of relationship, he came, picked me up, took me off them ties, and told me how much he loved me, and that's why I'm here today.
Wow.
I would have been gone, Shannon.
Was that the first time your dad ever told you he loved you?
First time he said it like that. First time he said it in a way of like, I want you here. Like, I understand what we going through, and I understand that this is just a phase, and this is just a part of life, and we gonna make it together, and we gonna get out of it together. That was the first time where I felt it. He might have said it before, but that's the first time where I was like, oh, okay, I got you. Like, I understand. Now I'm living for something different than just myself.
And that was the first, and that completely changed your relationship with your father.
Completely, yeah, absolutely. It was like, when I say to a point where it was awkward after that, like, he just saw his son try to take his own life. So it's like, it can't just get back to normal immediately, right? But there was a level of like, we both got to try for this. Like, we both.
I think you have a new level of respect for him.
It's a new level, absolutely. Like, I understood now, like, he do love you. He just don't, again, he grew up without his father.
Yeah.
He grew up in inner city Detroit. He was in trouble a lot younger. So he just was doing the best that he could do with what he had.
Right.
And like I said, he taught me a lot of hard work. He taught me a lot of discipline. And I think that kind of put into perspective for me, like, all right, it's bad, but it ain't that bad.